Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is Toybox, and man, oh man, this is going to be a big first video for 2025. There's going to be a lot to cover in this video, which means plenty of spoilers, be warned. So make sure to grab a snack, a drink too, if you're thirsty, or if you're not hungry or thirsty. Maybe grab some paper or a tablet and some drawing supplies. Or just sit back and watch as we get into some upcoming furry things in 2025. First on the list, we have Zootopia 2. I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty excited to see this movie when it releases. The original Zootopia was my gay and furry awakening. So, just to get into it, for those who don't know what Zootopia is a Disney movie released back in 2016 that follows the adventures of a farmer bunny named Judy Hopps, who moves to a city called Zootopia as she tries to make her dream come true of being the first ever bunny police officer. Along the way, she runs into a fox named Nick Wilde, a sly criminal fox who Judy eventually asks to help her track down a mysterious substance called a night howler. I don't know why I did quotations there, which makes the now civilized animals go feral. At the end of the movie, we see that Nick has joined Judy in the police force and are now working together after they solved the night howler case. Zootopia 2 will continue to follow Nick and Judy's adventures around Zootopia as they work together to fight crime. In Zootopia 2, the biggest thing, at least in my opinion, is that we will get to explore a new environment, or new environments. Aquatic environment being the biggest one. We will also be introduced to some new species, such as a snake and aquatic creatures. Like I said, I am very excited to see this movie. I've waited so long, and Zootopia holds a very special place in my heart. So I'm really excited to see this movie when it comes out, and hopefully I can snag a movie poster. Next on the list, we have Bad Guys 2. Now, at the time that I was writing the script, and even now at the time of recording it, I still haven't seen the first Bad Guys movie. I know, sue me. I will definitely watch it after this video though, so once this video comes out, I'll watch it. Anyway, according to IMDb, the bad guys are struggling to find an acceptance in their newly minted lives as good guys when they are pulled out of retirement and forced to do one last job by an all-female squad of criminals. So I guess they'll always be the bad guys one way or another. Poor Mr. Wolf. Next on the list, we have Beastars Season 3 Part 2, and it is set to release spring of this year. I am definitely going to binge watch it. Part 1 was so good. I stayed up all night watching it. It was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. And I was happy to see Kellen's character again, so that was really cool. Anyway, for those who don't know what Beastars is, you shouldn't be here. Just get out, honestly. Let's go. I'm kidding. Beastars is both an anime and a manga, but in this case we're referring to the anime, since the manga is already finished. The anime follows a teen gray wolf named Legoshi as he battles with his carnivorous instincts. Soon enough, he finds himself infatuated with a dwarf rabbit named Haru. As the relationship grows, Legoshi does his best to protect his love and not cave into his instincts and eat her. As you have most likely assumed, Beastars Season 3 Part 2 is a continuation of Season 3 Part 1. During Season 3, Legoshi gets a job as an udon delivery man and his own apartment, which good for him. What year is this taking place again? He wants to live a normal life with Haru, who is now in university, so good for her. Legoshi tries to distance himself with any trouble going on in his life. As he continues, we find out that the Shishigumi, a black market gang of lions, is struggling financially and reputationally after their previous boss suddenly left. that being Louis, the red deer. However, they soon found themselves with a new boss, a hybrid of carnivore and herbivore, those species being a leopard and a gazelle, who is named Melon. Melon, despite his herbivorous appearance, is a cold-blooded killer. But we'll get back to him. I know that I hear all the fangirls and fanboys crying out, and crying out for Melon. You'll see him again. Going back to Legoshi, he finds himself involved with a Beastar, a horse named Yaya, who, as Legoshi would find out, was involved in crime fighting with his grandfather, Gosha, a Komodo dragon. However, after rescuing a female grey wolf from becoming a fur coat, Gosha and this female wolf fall in love, eventually having a kid. This causes Gosha to leave behind his crime-fighting dream and focus on his family life. Unfortunately, Yaya wasn't too happy about this and abandoned his friend, which, perfectly good reason to punch your friend in the face, beat him up because he has a wife and kid to take care of. God forbid, Yaya, God forbid. The kid who Gosha's wife gave birth to ended up being a hybrid species of grey wolf and Komodo dragon. After years passed, she started to grow scales. Disgusted by her own body, she ended her own life, leaving behind a 12-year-old Legoshi. Okay, now going back to Legoshi again. Legoshi is informed about Melon thanks to Yaya, who enlists his help in capturing this hybrid criminal. However, after a slight mishap at a masquerade party, Legoshi is shot by Melon and hospitalized, where he then meets the ghost of his mother in, I argue, the most tear-jerking moment of the show. Now, going back to Legoshi's job, he is given the task to make an ocean delivery. As he goes to deliver the udon to the paying aquatic creature, a seal named Sagwan shows up to help translate the oceanic language for Legoshi. Skipping to the end, we find Legoshi sitting on a beach thinking about talking to Melon, because why would you not sit on a beach thinking about talking to a cold-blooded killer? He's hoping to find the kindness in him since they're both hybrid species. However, as Legoshi is sitting there, thinking to himself, he gets shot in the ear by none other than Melon himself. Melon then ties Legoshi to a chair, and pushes him towards the edge of a cliff where sharp rocks protrude from the base of the cliff. Sadly, Legoshi gets pushed off in the ocean to the rocky cliffs below and into the ocean. We then cut to Haru looking at photos of Legoshi in class, a class who was being taught by Melon. And that's the end of Season 3, Part 1. Yeah, I'm not very happy with that ending to Part 1 there. However, as I stated, Part 2 is coming out later this year in spring, so I'm excited to see how the story will progress from there. If I had to guess, I think Melon will either get killed or be arrested, and Legoshi and Haru will live a happy life together. That's my guess anyway. We'll see how it turns out when Part 2 comes out. Next on this list, we have the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie, said to release in December of this year, December 5th, I believe. I personally liked the first movie. It, oddly enough, gave me some nostalgia. FNAF is what got me into the horror genre as a whole, so it holds a special place in my heart. So in a way, I guess I'm a bit biased to say that I liked the first movie, and that it was my favorite. Now, I'm not gonna get into FNAF because I'm pretty sure everyone watching this video knows about FNAF. It's been around for years, and it's still an ongoing franchise, which is incredible. But anyway, the second FNAF movie will, obviously, take place in the second location, where we will be introduced to a new cast of people and animatronics. I'm most excited to see Mangle, I'm just curious of how they'll get its movements down with all the endo parts. Also, the time of writing this part of the script, Docker released a video where he, 8-Bit Ryan, Baz, and Razbowski were able to go to the locations of both the first pizzeria and the second one, giving us up close shots of the exteriors and even a little bit of the interior of the second location, which was really incredible. I absolutely love that. Anyway, that's all there is to the FNAF movie so far, for the second FNAF movie, as there haven't been any other updates on it so far. So when there are, I will definitely keep you guys updated if you are not already updating yourselves on the information. Going back to Paru Itagaki, the mangaka of Beastars, she is making a new manga called Taiko no Rise, or Taika's Reasoning. According to my anime list, that's the name of the website, Taiko no Rise introduces a unique duo, its protagonists, Ao, high school girl, and Taika, a dog man. The story blends Itagaki's signature, imagination, and innovation storytelling. The editor in charge described the series as overflowing with Paru Itagaki's creative world, and urged readers to immerse themselves in its unconventional yet captivating presence. Based on the cover art and some manga panels that have been shared online, it seems like it'll be yet another great example of Paru Itagaki's work, and I am super excited to be able to read this when it finally releases in stores. Moving away from all that, we have a new category. So this whole new category will possibly have its own video in the future if you guys want that. That's all I have to really say about that. So without further ado, let's get into the furry conventions of 2025. Starting off, we have WWFC, or Worldwide Fur Camp, hosted at Camp Wilson in Bellefontaine, Ohio. Now, WWFC is not a furry convention. Yes, that's right. The first on the list is not a furry convention. And the second one won't be either. WWFC is a furry camp. So, while not a convention, it still has a lot to offer. WWFC is hosted by a plethora of people. Those people include Al Capone, Hunt the Hound, Lily the Fox, Boss, Ginny Beats, Gabu, Ace the Cat, Delta Evergreen, Tigger, Shoxic, Kanai, Mystic, and Zhao. I hope I pronounced that last name correctly. Included in WWFC are guilds. There are 4 guilds in total, each mastered and guarded by different people. Those guilds are the Boop Troop, mastered by Delta Evergreen and guarded by Cobalt, Fae Force, mastered by Ace the Cat and guarded by Mojo, the Conspiracy Guild, mastered by Tigger and guarded by Harley, and the Lumen Guild, mastered by Shoxic and guarded by Roderick. Each guild is meant to be a way to categorize the interests/vibes of each individual. Boop Troop is meant for people who are new to the fandom and who have family vibes. Fae Force is meant for D&D/Ren Fair people, like myself. The Conspiracy Guild is meant for people who are into conspiracy theories and cryptids, and the Lumen Guild is hopeful. A little fun fact here, in a message Hun said,
"The guilds used to compete in games throughout the camping weekend, which put more significance on them. There was a prize at the end of camp for each guild that won, but since then we have dropped that aspect to make a more relaxed environment."
Oh yeah, you may still be wondering how old you have to be to get into WWFC, right? Well, whether your answer was yes, no, or some other response, I'll tell you. Enter, you have to be 18 or older to join. Even though this convention is marked as safe for work, if you have any issues with that, don't complain to me. I don't run the damn thing, nor have I been to it yet. On their website, which will be linked in the description, you can find information on scheduling for that year's event and prices for passes. Those would be the day pass and the VIP pass. Personally, I'd like to try to go with the VIP pass because I'd want to get as much out of it as I could. But if you can't afford that, I'm sure it'll still be just as fun. The next furry event on our list is Crew of a Woo, hosted by Charlie Wolf and based out of New Orleans, Louisiana. According to their website, Crew of a Woo is an all-furry Mardi Gras crew based out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Originally founded by Xerxes Kados, our inaugural year was 2018, where we debuted in Crew of Chewbacca's Parade. After a hiatus, a Woo returned in 2023, revived by Max the Fox. While not a convention or a camp, a furry parade event sounds like a hella good time anyway. If I'm ever able to, I'd love to attend this event. While somewhat young compared to other furry events, Crew of a Woo is actually growing in numbers, and they have even expanded to other parts of Louisiana, so good for you guys. As far as I can see, it is free to enter since it's a parade, and there is no age limit. On their website, you can find information such as what is a furry, their Discord and Telegram servers, and even their own merch, which I will definitely have to get my paws on. All of their merch profits go towards helping their organization and making sure future events happen. So I'd say it's for a good cause. Okay, finally a convention. We have Lone Star FurCon. Lone Star FurCon will be held at Holiday Inn Austin Midtown in, you guessed it, Austin, Texas. It'll be held from February 28th to March 2nd. Looking at the website, I wasn't able to find much information about them other than the hotel information. But what information I did find, I'll share now. Lone Star FurCon offers attendees the opportunity to help out. They have volunteer work, which sounds nice. As a volunteer, you'll be going around the convention doing small tasks like helping hand stuff out, at registration, helping rearrange a room between events, guarding the vendor hall, etc. They also offer the opportunity to join their staff. This position does require you to have a lot of free time on your hands, so it's a big responsibility as there is a lot to do. However, there are still benefits. Those benefits include free or reduced admission, catered staff meals, and access to the staff lounge. So, while tiring and very work-focused, they do have benefits to offer to make it a fair trade for anyone who is interested in becoming part of their staff. Next on the list is Vancouver. No, not Vancouver. Vancouver. Held at the Richmond Conference Center in Richmond, British Columbia. It will be held on March 6th to March 9th. On their website, they have plenty to offer, such as news, registration, meal plans, charity, events, vendors, etc. Speaking of events, let's dive into that first. Vancouver has a ton of events planned this year. They have performances and panels, dance competitions, cutie pageant, floor wars, variety show, murder mystery, ice cream social, guest of honor, dinner, patron brunch, and a maid cafe, because why the hell would furries not have a maid cafe? Because I can't get through a long-ass furry video without the mention of furries in maid outfits. So if you're afraid of running out of things to do while there's no need to worry anymore. They have tons of events, and as I just listed, spanning throughout the entire con's run. They are hosting a charity event as well. The charity they will be donating to is the Q Community Charity. Q Community Charity helps to improve queer, trans, and two-spirit lives. They provide a safe space for LGBTQ+ and their allies so that they are able to fully express who they are while also feeling welcomed and welcoming in new members. Going a bit off topic here, I think that especially now, it's important to take care of ourselves and look out for those who will need our help in staying strong. These next 4 years will be terrifying for those of us in the US. Hell, I'm sure it's kind of scary for those who are outside of the US. but we have to stick together to fight through this. We've made it this far already. We only have one way to go. Forward. Anyway, back to the furry stuff. Vancouver also offers attendees the opportunity to volunteer to work there. So there's that. I swear by the time I'm done with this list, I'll want to go to every one of these conventions. Every single one of them. Next on our list, we have Vernal Equinox, held at the Weston Harbour Castle in downtown Toronto. It'll be held from March 21st to March 23rd. Vernal Equinox has their own unique list of events, which I'll get into now. The events they have are a masquerade, good luck finding melon, pas de choix de danser, a dance battle, a dance competition, and they are accepting DJ applications. They also offer volunteer work as well. Most, if not all, of these conventions will offer some sort of volunteer work or becoming part of their staff, as well as charity. Vernal Equinox is dominating the Procyon Wildlife Rehabilitation and Education Center. This charity's goal is to help wild animals by rescuing, rehabilitating, and finally releasing them back into the wild. Which, good charity. All these charities are good to donate to. By giving the convention money, you are giving the charity money. Oh my gosh, I'm starting to sweat. Next, we have the one, the only Texas Furry Fiesta. I am super excited to be attending this year. So if anyone is going there who would like to meet up and hang out, I'll be wandering pretty much everywhere. But if you do see me, feel free to ask to hang out for a pic, a hug, boop, etc. Also, I will be bringing a small cutout of Toy Box for people to sign, and I'll be wearing a white shirt for people to sign/draw on as well. Anyway, Texas Furry Fiesta will be at the Sheraton Dallas Hotel in downtown Dallas, Texas. It'll run from April 10th to the 13th. Sadly, I wasn't able to get a hotel booked at the Sheraton Hotel. I didn't realize how fast those rooms book up. But I did find one nearby, that being the Silva Micro Room and Social Hotel. It's not that far, thankfully. It's only like an 8-minute walk away, but I digress. Texas Furry Fiesta will have a few events going on, those being Guest of Honor, hosting a panel, Fursuit dance competition, DJ applications, performer applications, Dealer's Den, Artist Alley, and an art show. All of which seemed absolutely amazing. Looking at the About section of the website, it states, Furry Fiesta is a gathering of anthropomorphic art, science fiction, and fantasy fans held in Dallas, Texas, USA. It is operated by Creature Arts, a Texas incorporated organization dedicated to advancing anthropomorphic art and fun activities in Texas and beyond. They are hosting, you guessed it, a charity! The charity they are donating to is the Center for Animal Research and Education, or CARE. CARE specializes in rescuing, rehabilitating, and holistic nurturing of sick, injured, or abused exotic animals, which unfortunately is more common than you'd think. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet, but while there, I will be recording and taking pictures to document my whole experience there. And yes, there will be a video of it posted onto my channel about it. If you see yourself somewhere in the video, feel free to timestamp where you saw yourself and let me know which one was you. I'm really happy to be going, and it's my first convention, and I'm hoping to make a few friends while there and just have a good time overall, which I'm sure I will. The next convention we have is Anthro-Ohio, another Ohio-based furry event held at the Hilton Columbus downtown in Columbus, Ohio. It'll go from April 18th to the 20th. Anthro-Ohio's events include Guests of Honor, nightly dances, dance competition, video gaming, board gaming, and non-convention events, which That's pretty new. What's all that about? The non-convention events are Gallery Hop Fur Walk and an annual picnic, both of which sound really fun to do. Anther Ohio offers attendees the opportunity to volunteer or become part of their staff, and even panel submissions. The charity that Anther Ohio will be donating to is the Ohio Nature Education Charity. This charity strives to provide homes for wild animals that are not able to live in the wild. They host a number of educational programs with the goal of teaching people, young and old, about wild animals and nature in general. Next is Furry Weekend Atlanta, or FWA, which will be held at the Marriott Marquise in downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Right now, they only have 2 hotels available, those being the Aloft Atlanta Downtown and the Westin Peachtree Plaza. FWA will run from May 8th to the 11th, and will be hosting several events, those being Fursuit programming, video/board gaming, poker and blackjack, Georgia Aquarium, Moonlight Festival, and Hoppy Hour. The charity FWA will be donating to is the Lost and Found Youth Charity. They specialize in helping homeless LGBTQ+ youth finally find a home where they can feel welcome in and be themselves in, which is really awesome since not a lot of people I know are even aware that there are LGBTQ+ youths who are homeless. When people usually think homeless, they assume it's an adult, which isn't always the case. Unfortunately, and especially now, a charity like this is needed badly. The next furry convention on the list is Confuzzled, which is to be held at the Hilton Birmingham Metropole Hotel in Birmingham, UK. It will go on from the 23rd to the 27th of March. I didn't see any events listed on their website, but I'm sure as time goes by, events will eventually appear under the Event tab on the website. As far as charities go, Confuzzled will be donating their money to the Saints Sled Dog Rescue Charity. This charity specializes in helping out Siberian Huskies, like rehabilitating them, fostering them, giving them a new home, and even giving their owners advice and support. After that short-ass entry, we have AntherCon. AntherCon will be held at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center in Pittsburgh, PA. It will go on from the 3rd to the 6th of July. So, as far as events, they have the following listed: AntherCon River Cruises, Floor Wars, Fursuit Dance Competition, Nightly Dances, Parade, and Block Party and Stage Performances. Normally, I'm terrified of cruises and just deep, big bodies of water, but an AntherCon River Cruise just sounds fun as hell. The charity AntherCon will be donating to is the Grey Paws Sanctuary, a charity that aims to rescue senior dogs who would otherwise be put down due to their age, which I think is really, really nice. Dogs, no matter what age, deserve to have a nice place to stay and deserve to live a happy life, no matter how long or short. And finally, to end this category off, we have Furrydelphia, which will be held at the Sheraton Downtown Philadelphia Hotel in Philadelphia, PA. It will go on from the 22nd to the 24th of August. As of right now, there's no information about any events or charities. I assume this is because it's still in its early stages of planning, so there you go. Moving on from that, we have a new and upcoming show called Bunderkin. As it states on their website, Bunderkin follows the zany adventures of a group of intrepid young misfits as they discover the forgotten origins of their culture and unlock the mysteries behind the many oversized relics and ruins scattered across their homeland. And from that alone, I'm already hooked. Actually, I was hooked before this. Some of you actually may have seen Bunderkin advertised on Instagram, usually in the form of a casting call for voice actors/actresses. I was going to offer to give it a shot, but they said that a professional recording booth/studio was required to audition, and since I'm a long way from ever having that, I wasn't able to audition. Nonetheless, I'll manage with what I have, and I'll still try the best at voice acting. Any little voice acting gig I can find, I'll do. Hell, I'll do it for you for free too. It's fun to do, but yeah, that's really all the news on Bunderkin so far, as it's still very, very early in development. Next we have... another furry Fortnite skin. Woohoo. This year's furry Fortnite skin is Hajime. Hajime is an epic skin in Fortnite that can be purchased for 1,500 V-Bucks or 1,800 V-Bucks if you buy him with the Tough Tanuki bundle. Hajime was first released in Chapter 6, Season 1. There are two styles to him, those being regular Hajime and possessed Hajime, which looks like a ghost version of him, which is pretty cool. And, you know, Hajime's cool and all, but Phoenix will always be my favorite skin. I don't think I have to explain why. He's just, Second to last, we have Fursuit technology. Now, this is going to be a little off script in terms of me not doing much or any research for this part, but more so just expanding on what already exists and possibly what could exist as far as fursuit technology. I don't remember how I came across this, probably A621Ns to be honest, but it showed a cooling vest for fursuiters. It was expensive, no surprise there, but it really amazed me at how far technology for fursuiters has come. I also remember seeing a video a while ago of a moving fursuit head. I think the creator of it put animatronic parts in it to make it move, which was really cool to see. I'd love to see that, but in smaller forms, so that fursuiters can actually wear the suit while its ears, mouth, eyes, or nose move on their own. We already have moving eyes on fursuits and jaws that open and snarl, but I don't think we have moving ears yet, and while a small detail would really give your suit more personality and character. As far as fursuit technology goes, I do think that at some point we will have fursuit makers who will be adding cooling materials to fursuits so that the wearer doesn't overheat. I also think we'll have those moving ears too. We may even get to a Disney level of suit where the suit's eyes blink. That'd be cool. And for the more creative suitors, suits that have multiple faces on them may develop technology to be able to rotate the head and or express different emotions of each face. I'm sure that someday you'll be able to request that a fursuit maker put a microphone in your head so that you can record better. That and or just a general audio input/output technology. Without advancing, it's only a matter of time before some of that technology gets introduced into fursuits. And as far as fursuit makers, a very good improvement we have is 3D printing fursuits. They have come up with a new method for 3D printing parts that are more flexible rather than hard and sturdy like most 3D prints are, which is really incredible, and I would love to be able to do that someday. Love to be able to get some 3D printed parts like that and make my own suit out of it. That'd be so cool. And the finale. What an adventure we've had so far, but it's not over yet. I've still got one last furry topic to talk about, and that being content from your favorite furry content creators. I'll talk about myself first, since it is my video. Yes, this year you will see me uploading more videos to the best of my ability. For example, I'll be uploading a video about TFF when it's over. Before that, I have other videos planned. I won't share info on them just yet, as I like to keep surprises for all of you. Just know that it will be a somewhat shorter video most likely, but not too short. I'm always open to video suggestions too, so if you think of any topics you'd like me to cover, feel free to leave it down in the comments below. I do read all of your comments, even the rude ones. You won't only see more content from me though, you'll also see content from other great furry content creators like Han the Hound, Come with Eternal, Novely JPEG, Stormy Wolf, Ginny Beats. Let's not talk about that one. Bandit the Raccoon, and so many more creators. There are so many cool and unique fursuit content creators here on YouTube and other social media platforms, all with their own different ways of entertaining you, and there are almost infinite topics to discuss, whether it be controversy, or educating viewers about something, or just pulling pranks in fursuits. There are so many things us as content creators can do, and it's I love it. But one of the biggest issues we face is motivation, and, well, video block. We don't always have a way to make videos, or we come to a point where we just stop. We don't know what video to make next. But going back, we will always strive to provide a source of entertainment for our viewers because we care about you more than you think. Without you, we'd be lost. We wouldn't be here where we are today without you all. So, to all of you, to all of my fans, I give you a wholehearted thank you. I never thought I'd be where I am today, but I'm here because of you all. I love you all so much, and with all that said, I hope that you all have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good evening.